I'm Sonya, a personal brand and style coach. My journey began in the corporate world and through lived experiences has led me where I am today. I've walked in those uncomfortable shoes, faced the same challenges and questioned my path to professional success while simultaneously navigating my personal style journey and the challenges that each decade brings. I wholeheartedly believe in the fusion of personal brand and style strategy. My mission here is to provide you with practical, actionable strategies and lived experiences to help you unlock your next level of success through the power of personal brand and style. Let's get started.
Hi, and welcome to another episode of the Style and Strategy podcast. I'm your host, Sonya, and today we're going to be talking through one of the topic areas that seems to has taken off a little bit across TikTok, and they're calling it hashtag girl math. I could take a little bit of offense to that. It seems to simplify things a little bit, but no doubt it's a topic that's been around for a really long time, and that's cost per wear. And when we think about your personal brand and we think about style and how that's interlinked, a topic that comes up is, quality pieces to help reflect your personal brand as well. Now, quality pieces can sometimes mean that there's a considerable investment that is made towards your wardrobe. And so wanting to ensure you're maximizing your return on investment in that space comes along this concept of cost per wear, or hashtag girl math, as they've been calling it. So for those who may not be familiar with this concept, if you simply take the amount it costs to purchase a garment or a piece of clothing and then divide it by the number of wears that you think you'll be able to get out of that, that will give you the cost per wear of that item. So if you were going to go and purchase a pair of, let's say, Alexander McQueen runners, which sit at around about $970 odd, then, you'd be sitting there working out, how often do I think I'll be wearing these runners? And then you divide that 970 by the number of times that you would wear it to get your cost per wear from the item. Now, why is this relevant? So what I actually find is that a lot of the videos and things I'm seeing online, they're all really talking about, the justification to purchase something. And rather than looking at it from that perspective, I am flipping the switch. And actually, instead, I am asking you to consider your existing wardrobe. Now, I want you to have a think about, do you have any pieces sitting in your wardrobe that maybe still have the tags on it, dare I say? And, we've all been there, right? So, maybe they've still got the tags on it. Maybe there's pieces in there that and so you can use this concept of the girl math or the cost per wear to actually work out, what's the investment in my wardrobe? And there was a survey done actually, which basically said that the average woman, and this is quote for quote, and I'm not sure what an average woman is these days, but the average woman says 21% of her wardrobe is unwearable and 12% she's never taken the tags off. And so if I take a client example, one of my clients went and counted the number of pieces in her wardrobe, and she had around about 171 pieces sitting in her wardrobe. Now, on an average of something between, let's say, $75 to $140 odd per piece, you're looking at somewhere in the vicinity of around about $11,970 to around about $20,000 worth of clothing pieces there. So I can imagine you're all probably starting to do the maths in your wardrobe, especially if you're average purchase price of a piece is higher than that. But what is really interesting when you sit down and do this is that considering this percentage of 12%, they've never taken the tags off or perhaps worn them, then you're looking again somewhere between 20 to 35 pieces in the wardrobe. So again, somewhere between $1,500 and $4,500 of items in your wardrobe that you are not wearing. Now, I don't know about you, but if I could have that and then potentially invest it, compound interest on top of that, you could be getting a lot more bang with your buck. So many a time, what we know is that when you're considering the pieces in your wardrobe that you're not really wearing as much and they are sitting there, not only is that giving you decision fatigue and confusion around what to wear in the morning, especially if you're in a rush and need to be going out and doing things, but it's creating additional clutter in your wardrobe that you potentially don't need. So the question really is, why do we think that happens? And how do we take some steps towards reducing, I guess, the number of items that might exist like that? And the number one area that I find is that where that occurs, there's been some sort of evolution in someone's style and their brand, and they've got pieces that they may have reverted back to. And when they've been out and about and they've gone and purchased something, and so then they've taken it home and it just doesn't work or it doesn't really align. You know, they may have been on holidays and you know what, that boho maxi dress looks so amazing when I was in that beachside location, but yet when I've brought it back home in my wardrobe, it really doesn't fit the bill for the day to day. Anyone else been there with that? Got caught up in the moment? And that could be some of the reasons why. And so having a clear objective and vision and strategy around your brand and style can help reduce the number of lapses you might have in that particular space, and therefore helping you to reduce the number of dollars that you actually might be better off being invested somewhere else. So when we're also thinking about those particular pieces and the consideration of cost per wear, when you are thinking about that, one of my biggest takeaways there is make sure that when you are starting to look at how can I get more out of this piece that I'm investing in, you need to be thinking of at least 3 to 5 different ways that you can wear it before you bring it home. And I know on the spot, you might be a little bit challenged to do that, but again, it's deliberate because you want to be making conscious purchases around those choices that you will be making when it comes to bringing something home. And therefore, it will reduce the impact of having those additional pieces in your wardrobe, that clutter, and then you having to potentially deal with it later on with, you know, either having to on-sell or potentially move those pieces on to someone else as well. So I hope that you have enjoyed learning a little bit more and taking a different take on cost per wear, #girlmath.
Thank you so much for being part of this inspiring episode. If you found value in today's discussion, please don't keep it a secret. Share it with a friend on social media, tag me at Your Style Collective, and leave a review. Your support means the world. Join me again next week for another empowering episode of Style and Strategy, the Leadership Series. Thanks so much for tuning in. And remember, you're already taking that first step towards your transformation journey. See you next time.